Hi guys, how are we all doing today? It's Simon from the UK here. I just wanted to pop on here today and see if I could give you some little pointers, 3 little pointers, spread them out a little bit because I've made some notes and that because I want to help you as much as I can. Just about generating leads. Now, I know I've not been on for a couple of days. I had an accident in the job that I do. Managed to tear the ligaments in my ankle. So I just thought, got some time now. I'm not feeling too bad. I've painkillers that kicked in for the day, so I thought I'd get on here and stick a live out. Just shows you can do anything anytime you want with this sort of industry. Anyway, tip 1: use attraction marketing. What is attraction marketing? It's you being able to attract people to yourself without chasing them down. Because when you start chasing people down, you're actually repelling people. When you start going forwards at them and saying, look at this, I've got this product or this business that I work with, and it's got the best compensation plan, you're actually turning people off. It's a bit like the scenario of walking up in a shop to have a look around, and the shopkeeper walks up to you and starts saying, can I help you with anything, sir? Over here we've got the best offers today. You go, oh no, just to come in to have a quick look round, and you back away from them. So don't be too much in people's faces. Don't try and push what you've got. Be interested in the person. Don't be interesting to the person. There's a difference. You want to be interested in the people that you're talking to. You want to make them feel like you're interested in what they're doing, and that again will attract them to you. You've got to be in a way, you've got to prove that you know what you're talking about and show that you're an authority figure. And again, that will attract people to you because you're showing that you know what you're talking about. And once you show you know what you're talking about and what you're doing, people will come to you because you've shown that you are an authority on what you're doing. So that's sort of an outline quickly on attraction marketing. And I mean, that's just a really brief outline, but it's a subject to look up on. It's something that I've been studying for a year or so now, and there's just so much to learn in it. But if you can learn those basics that I've just covered, so don't be pushing, don't go shoving your link down people's throats. Prove that you're an authority. Go and learn something and teach you straight away. You don't have to have known it for years. You can learn it. You could go and I could have done it now before coming in. I've gone and read something and gone, oh, right, yeah, that's how you do such and such. Right, boom, straight on, do a live, show people about it. That's sort of showing you've learned something. You're an authority on it because you've learned it. If they don't know about it, you know more than them. This is where we come forwards and move ourselves forwards by learning on the day. And this is why I keep instilling in people, learn something new every day and then go and teach it. Learn it, implement it, teach it. That's the best way to go forwards. Okay. Now, another way of bringing in leads and attracting people to you is you can go on there and you tell your story. Okay. So you tell your story to people by what is your story? What's been your journey to your online business that you're doing? So, for instance, if like for me, I started out in construction industry, and I'll move forwards, and I've seen the changes, and I'm not happy with the changes that are going on within the construction industry, and I'm getting older as well now. There's no two ways about it. As you get older, it's not a good place to be, the construction industry. So my story would go along the lines of, I left school at 16 years old. I went straight out into the big wide world, and I went on to a building site. And I found my way through, learned how to be a plumber, and I've done it for years and years and years. And then this opportunity's come along now that I sort of quite like, and I would build a good story on that basis. That is just an outline of my story. Your story might be that you've been a shop worker all your life and you've enjoyed working in with people and helping people out with bits and pieces, and now you want to take it to another level of coming online, or that you was forced out of your job because of an illness that you had and it's not allowed you to carry on with what you're doing. So you move down that sort of avenue, so get a pen and a paper and sit down and look at your story. We've all got a different story. Obviously you don't want to make it a really, really sad story all the way through and sob story all the way through, because that can turn people off and that can become a way of repelling people again. You need to put in there about what struggles and that you've had, bring them to the front, and then say, but what overcome these struggles is I got involved with doing the internet marketing and I started making a few sales and I did it this way. So you tell your individual story, and this also helps with the know, like, and trust factor. Because you're opening up to people, you're telling them the story, you're letting them see inside of you who you are. When you let people in, you're opening up an avenue for people to start knowing you. They'll listen to what your stories and they'll make a decision. Some people won't like you. Some people just won't want to spend any time around you, and that's fine. There's millions and millions of people on the planet. Billions of people on the planet. You're going to find enough people out there that will like you for who you are. So tell your story, tell the truth, and move forwards, okay? And then build that know, like, and trust. When you open yourself up to people, you make yourself a bit vulnerable. But people like that in a person. They can come on board and see who you are, and they will start to trust you, because you've been open, you've opened yourself up, you've become vulnerable to that person, and you've let them know who you are. But because of what you've done and the way you show yourself, you'll also show yourself as an authority on things. Okay, so that, if that makes sense or not, but that will take you along the route that you need to be taking to build your success online, because you're building the know, like, and trust factor, which is a huge thing in the internet marketing world. You really need to build that know, like, and trust factor. Okay, now number 3, using your FB profile. Is your FB profile set up and used wisely? Is it set up correctly? Now, by that I'm asking you, have you got a company you're working with now? Perhaps you've already started on your route online and the business you've come to have said to you, right, here's your link, go and paste it out everywhere. It's a typical thing that happens all the time, and people go and start doing it, and they say, right, now take this, and then you put that up the top, so it comes up in the top. So when you open your profile picture, up behind the back of your head, it says, Bob's Crisps or something, whatever you're selling, and you've got that plastered up behind your profile picture down below. You need to get that off. You're better off putting a picture up there of you and your family or something like that, okay? Don't keep putting your link out now. They tell you, all the companies tell you, go out there, put your link out, as many times as you can a day. Go and talk to people, give them your link. Doesn't work. Another form of repulsion marketing. You're going to repel people. As soon as you start chucking that link at them, you're repelling them, okay? So don't use it like that. Use your profile to give people value. Again, like I said just now, go and find something out. Learn something new. If there's something you're not sure about what you're trying to do online, ask people. We're all here to be asked. You can come and ask me and I'll help you. There's many other people out there you can ask. You can go onto lives and watch lives being done like this one, and you can leave questions in the comments below. And you leave those questions in there, and people will come back and ask you, even if it's not the person that's done the live. You might leave a question on mine today about something or other to do with what I've done today, or something that links to what I'm talking about today, and I might not see it straight away, but one of the other people that I'm working with might see it and they might come and answer it. So it's always worth asking a question. The only question that's a silly question is the question you don't ask. Okay, so use the comment boxes below. Put your comments in. If there's something you want to see me do that I haven't done, put it in there. Once you've learnt it, you can go out and teach it. So you can get on somewhere and do yourself a live, or you can put a post on your page, using the colour boxes or whatever you want to do, or an appropriate picture of it, and put it out there and make it a valuable comment, and people will read it. And know that you can go back to that comment and you can reuse that comment. There's ways of doing it. I can cover that in another post, but it's something we call juicing and boosting. If you want to know about it, ask me in below and we'll get on the chat and I'll tell you what juicing and boosting and that all is, because I've got what I'm doing here today. So you've got your big picture at the top. Don't use a company one for that. Use of pictures there. Now, if you don't pick what pictures you specifically want, Facebook will pick them for you. And it's better for you to pick the pictures out that you want people to see, i.e. pictures of you, your children, what you're doing with your family, days out, anything like that. Pick out what you consider to be your most appropriate pictures and put them in there. For us, Facebook will put anything in there. It might not be doing you any good. It might be an advert or something else that you've put up at some point. and that's not what you want to be seen in you. It puts you, it makes you be seen as a posting your link on your page. Sometimes we can do it, we can get away with it on the very rare occasion, but don't do it all the time. Just do it on the very rare occasion, okay, on the odd occasion. Look at your profile from an outsider, as if you've just stumbled across your profile. You know, you're an outside person just coming along, you're flicking through people to join and make friends with. You've just come across his profile. Have a good look at it and think to yourself, from what I can see on that profile, I'd be interested in talking to that person. Or you think, it looks like a bit of a spammer. They come up to it. If you think that you wouldn't want to work with yourself by looking at your profile, then that's what other people are going to do. So get on it and make some changes. If there's a load of posts on there that you're looking at thinking, what we've just seen on this live about putting all these links and that up, if they're all there, get rid of them, delete them off. If you've got a page, make sure that your work at section in your profile, make sure that that's linked to your page. So if somebody goes on there, oh, what do they do for work? They click on that, takes them straight to your page. You know, again, if you're not sure how to do it, you can ask, and I'll help you get it set up, and we can talk about that in a bit more detail. Okay, so just to recap, don't post company links everywhere. Don't post your company's generic banner over the top on your Facebook page. And make sure your profile looks professional, neat, tidy. Make sure that people come and see you as somebody of value that they can come and talk to. Welcome them into your life. Post pictures of your family, of what you're doing, days out, trips that you're going on, as well as some good, valuable posts. But don't post about business. People don't want to know about business. They're not interested in business. People are interested in you. They want to know about you, who you are. They want to join with a person. They don't want to join with a business. They want to link with you. But once they know you, like you, and trust you, and they like and trust factor again, that's when they're likely to join you and work with you on your business. Okay, so people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Okay, so that's what you're aiming for with your profile. Okay, guys. So hopefully these little tips help you out this afternoon. If there's anything you want to know a bit more about, put it down below. If you've seen this video on somebody else's wall and you're not friends with me already, come over and be friend add. I'm open to adding new people on it. I enjoy meeting new people and getting on a chat with them and seeing where we go from there. If you want to know what I'm doing, get on a chat with me and I'll talk to you about what I'm doing. It's not just one thing, I'm in with several things. And I can help anybody forward that wants to help. Okay? I do it just to help people out. I'm not out there. A lot of people go on there and they start talking about doing it. Oh, I can give you a free hour, and the next thing I'm going to start charging you. I'm not like that. I just want to help people out and get, if you want to join me and work with me. If you want me to help you out and then you want to go off somewhere else, it's fine by me. It's no skin off my nose. As I said earlier, there's billions of people out there, and I can soon hook up with new people. All right then, guys. Anyways, have a good weekend, because you're coming up on the weekend. And I'll catch you all on the next video. See you all soon. Cheers then. Bye.